So, for the first time in a long time, I'm about to do a serious video. If you don't want to see me in serious mode, I'm sure there'll be a couple of chuckles mixed throughout, but if you don't want to see a serious video and you don't want to have a thought-provoking conversation, then I suggest watching another of my fluffier videos. Before I start, let me say please, please, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you like my videos, comment and share them. It's through your commenting and your sharing that I know what you like, and then I can do more videos in the future with regards to what you like. So now, we're going to do a video today about something very serious. We're going to talk about death. With the holidays upon us, it is the first season of many for a lot of people without their loved ones, be it a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, grandparents, husbands, wives, children. This will be their first year without their loved ones. And I want to tell you how I coped with losing my mom back in June. It wasn't easy. I wasn't trying to be a hard ass. It's just my coping mechanism and how it worked, and I think that it got me through this in a very healthy sort of way, and I hope that my coping mechanism works for you as well. So here we go. I am of the belief that nobody wants us mourning their loss. My mother doesn't want me sitting at home going, oh my God, my mom died, tear, tear, tear. That's not what my mom wants, and that's not what your loved ones want either. It's the truth. You have to remember that you have a life outside of these people, and their legacy lives on in you. So my mentality when it came to my mom was, how dare I be emotional and upset at the fact that she died when I should be celebrating the fact that she lived? What a great concept. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why I'm this person. I know I never talked to my mom about this or any other parental figure, but something inside of me clicked. How dare I mourn the loss of someone when I should be celebrating their life? My mom died in exactly 30 days from the day that the doctor said she would die. So it took her 30 days to die. But how many years did she live? How many decades did I get to share with her that she lived? That she showed me how to ride a bike, or how to care for an animal, or my mom's big thing was, so we would go to Hyde Park. So when I was a kid, a lot of people don't know this. When I was a kid, I lived in Toronto, right here in Toronto, and we lived near Hyde Park. And my mom, we used to call her like the chipmunk whisperer. She could literally kneel down about 5 feet away from a chipmunk and do that little... She would make that sound, and we don't know how, but they would come up and they would eat off of her hand. It was the most bizarre and yet coolest thing on the planet to watch this happen. It was so surreal. But shouldn't I be remembering those times? Yeah, I can never get the image of my mom sick in a hospital bed out of my head. I will never get the image of her with tubes in her arms and shitting herself. But I choose to want to think of all the good things too. I don't want to only think about the fact that she's dead. I want to think about the fact that she lived. And that she continues to live. She continues to live in my memories, in my heart. She continues to live in the smells. So today I walked past the bay and they had their Christmas windows open. And I remember when I was a kid, my mom would take me and my sister down there at night. She'd walk us past the windows. And that's how my mom will live on. My mom lives on in those memories that I have of her, of going to Nathan Phillips Square and ice skating for the first time with her, of her stealing $20 from me because I found it on the street and she used it to buy pot. These are the memories I have of her. I don't want the only memories of my mom to be when she died. You see, I'm a firm believer of the fact that our bodies, along with our minds, are the most sophisticated computers on the planet. When we want to take information from one place and put it into another, it's possible, just like a computer. When we want to move information from the front to the back, we move it back there. When we want to take information from the back to the front, we defrag, just like a computer. We want to put the important information in the places that are important to us. So, I'm taking my mother's death and the morning of my mother's death and putting it in the back. Not because that's where it belongs, but that's just where I want to put it. And I'm defragging everything else in my head and in my heart and pulling all of the important stuff forward and thinking about the good things, the good times I had with my mom. So right now, during this holiday season of 2014, I know this is a hard thing for you to do. I want you to take a moment and think of something really great. One great moment that you remember with that loved one who passed away. With your child, or with your husband, or your wife, or your mother and your father, or your best friend. Stop sitting there crying. Stop sitting there being upset that they're not here. And start celebrating the moments that you had together. Take out an old photo album and look at a picture of the two of you laughing or even crying, and remember that story. Remember it right here. Because that's what they want you to do. No one knows what happens after this life. No one. So all we can do is make the best out of the life that we have here. And that includes focusing. Focusing on the good times. I get it. It's hard. It's hard because we think that if we start laughing at the memories that we had with our loved ones, we're in some way disgracing the memory of the fact that they died. We start feeling guilty. We start feeling upset at ourselves. How could I think that? She's dead. But how could I not? How could I not think of all of those great moments that I had with my mom? And how can you not think of all those great moments you had with the person who passed away? This is my own coping mechanism, and it may not work for everyone, but it definitely helped me. Don't ever try to put something away without dealing with it. Because here's what happens. Thoughts and memories are like an ice cube tray. Every time you try to push a memory back, it's a new ice cube in that tray. And what happens is that tray needs to be emptied eventually. And then you're having some mental breakdown in the middle of Costco over toilet paper that was cheap because your mom made some sort of joke about throwing it at someone. And then you have some sort of breakdown. Deal with your emotions now. When Christmas Day happens, I've already told my family, this year I'm buying scratch tickets for everyone. And we are all going to scratch a ticket all at once, every single one of us. So my sister, my brother-in-law, my two nieces, and myself are all going to scratch a scratch ticket all at once in memory of my mom. Because I want to take her from wherever she is, and I want to sit her right beside us and say, hey, we will never forget you. Ever. We are so proud of the fact that you chose us to be a part of our lives. That the universe put you beside us to hold us up, to keep us strong. You know, as kids, we're so angry at our parents. We lash out. We think everything they do sucks. And then you lose them. And as an adult, you get to a point where you start realizing that our parents had the best intentions. Our friends had the best intentions. Our children had the best intentions. Please remember during this holiday season to laugh. Laugh as hard as you can at a memory that only you will get. I love you all so very much. I appreciate the fact that you take time out of your day to watch my videos. I know some of them ramble on, but I appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I love you all so very much, and I will catch you on the flip side.